I got something for you married couples out there today. If you're married or about to be married, I got something for you today. I have Pastor Bart Pierce on here from Rock City Church. Him and his wife are talking about the 50 years they was together as married couples and before they got married. I think it's something great, and I think it can help you with your relationship. So I really want you to check it out, okay? I hope all is well with you. Talk to you soon. Yeah, baby.
Going to do this. I'm going to, right on the heels of this, I'm going to bring my wife up, and Corley's going to come up, and then Scott and Dana are going to come back in just a minute. So I'm going to ask Corley to come up. She can get up here. Please bear with us. We're working with folks that have never done anything like this, so they have no idea. Now, this is change the camera, please. This is my wonderful wife, and this is Coralie, and this is my girlfriend. And we were married, we were married 50 years ago today on a Sunday. Think about that.
May the 3rd, 1970.
1970.
In the afternoon.
And so many of you weren't born. And we have just absolutely had a wonderful journey. I found when a man finds a good woman, he finds a good thing, the Bible says. And so I saw this young girl on the beach, and I was a beach bum, surfer type and all that. And I saw her, and when I saw her, I went, whoa, okay, meet Tarzan, you Jane. And I was beating on my chest going, mm-hmm. And I said to the guys, my buddies, I said, do not even think about it. Don't go near her. Don't ask her. Nothing. She's mine. And because I was somewhat of a terrorist back then, they all adhered to it. And but we met, and we had some funny events happen. I'm going to let her tell a few of her stories. And I think I'm going to try to get it out to you real quick. I have a picture. I'll show you her and I on that day. And I'll try to show it to you in just a minute. And but anyway, I'm going to ask her to just share. Corley, why don't you? I had some questions in case you wanted to take us back to those days before we got married. Maybe right up to the day, day before, Saturday, 50 years ago. What happened?
I cannot remember what happened the day before 50 years ago. Can you remember that far back? But I do know I was excited about getting married and spending my life with this man here. And it has been a marvelous journey. We were friends. Before we got married, we were just best friends. And we had a good time together. We laughed together. We went to the beach together. We liked the same things. I grew up, my dad was a military man, so I always grew up where there was ocean. And we together loved the ocean. And we loved to go to the beach. He was a surfer. I was not. I was a beach bunny. And we just do a lot of things that we enjoy. We enjoy the same kind of things because we like the beach. We spend a lot of time there. Even today, our vacations always center around the ocean and the beach and that sort of thing. And so, and then we get out. We garden together. I mean, these days while we've been home, we've been doing some gardening and planting flowers. We go pick out the flowers together. We come in. We plant the flowers together, and we pull weeds together, and we just have a good time. Lots of times, my husband is out there working on the car or something, or working on some project in the backyard, and he's always calling me, can you come down here and help me? And I'll get a hold of something and hold it for him and be the gripper, and he'll go to work on it. And so we just, I've been working on a project for him for the last couple weeks, sewing a boat cover and for his boat, which has been the challenge of my life, but it's on that boat today.
It's doing a marvelous job.
So we just enjoy life together.
Well, I would really agree with this, is that what we found is that we liked each other from the very beginning. I believe with all my heart that that's a key recipe for success. A lot of times people are drawn together by attraction, appearances, and things like that. Oh, that's fine. But you really have to develop that ability to like each other, to be friends. And Corley and I would probably be able to say this together here, that we're best friends. We like each other's company, as she gave all those different illustrations. Years ago, I had an accident and had my left eye popped out of my head, and a piece of metal went through it, and I hemorrhaged for about 12 days, and it was a mess. And
We had 2 little kids then.
yeah, we had 2 little babies then, and it was really a mess. And what happened was I got some Volkswagens, and I started rebuilding them. And I would take motors out, put a new motor in one, buy an old one, change it over. And I got this one motor, I couldn't get it in one day, and she came, excuse me, she came and she helped me with that process, and she helped me put the motor in there.
That's probably when I first started working with you.
Yeah, it might have been. And she got one side of the motor, and I got the other side, and we put it in. And she didn't have a clue what she was doing. And but we've had that experience, that time of just being together and working together like that. And I believe that's what's made the marriage be able to go 50 years. And we love the fact that we love each other, and we enjoy each other. We like the same foods and all those things. And that's really a key. Corley, let me ask you this. What's been the secret, the greatest thing you've learned to keep the relationship so good, so strong, and so much fun?
Well, first of all, God. If it weren't for God in our marriage, I don't know where we'd be, because He's our foundation. We both love Him with all of our hearts. We got saved on the same day in 1972. We've been married 2 years. And in all those years, we have never looked back. We have never questioned. There's never been a time where, first of all, we haven't wanted to serve God, but God has been the strength of our life and our marriage and all that we do. And so He's our source. And so these years have been just 48 years of being saved and living together. It's just gotten better and better. We've raised 3 kids. We have 6 grandkids now. And they're all a part of our life, except for these last 2 months. We don't get to see any of them. So we're just isolated, the 2 of us. We do come to church quite a bit and do some work from here and see a little bit of the staff, but not too many of us are here. But friendship, I think, is the best thing. And that we just like doing things together. We like Bishop said, we have a lot of the same kind of hobbies that we like. And so all of that just works. And he's kind of pulled me along in some things. He said we like to eat the same things. Well, when it came to sushi, I wasn't too keen about eating sushi initially, but he has a real way of being persuasive and can talk people into a lot of different things. So he is, a lot of times, I maybe haven't been quite as up and ready and anxious for something as he is, because he's a go-getter, and he is he never stops. He's like the ever-ready bunny who keeps on going. But he recharges me if I start to slow down, and he pulls me along, and then I catch up, and I can outdo him when it comes to walking. And
That's true.
But we just have a good time together. We like each other. It's important to like each other. If you want your marriage to last a long time, last forever, as long as you do live, and there's no parting until death for us.
Well, I'd just like to jump in on that. One of the things that we found too is that we laugh a lot.
Yeah.
And she is hilarious. And when I say that, I say that with all due respect.
Because I'm clumsy? Is that what you're going to say?
When she's been pregnant with our 3 kids, one day I'm walking along this trail, and we were in Virginia mountains, and we were living there, and I'm walking along, and she was pregnant with one of them. I don't know which one. It gets mad.
Rachel.
First one.
That one.
And all of a sudden, she was about, 10, 15 feet behind me, and I hear this, oh, boom, 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 boom. And I look back, she's gone, disappeared. And I went, oh my God. And I go back there. She had fell off this ledge and had rolled down this hill and was at the bottom of the hill laying on her back with her big old tummy laughing like crazy. And, that's been one of the hallmarks for us to get through, because I'm intense. There's no doubt about it.
This is true.
I'm intense. I'm very focused. I'm very matter of fact.
And he hasn't got a clumsy bone in his body.
And so when she does these things, it just breaks me because I'm so, we gotta get.
I do get you on some words now and again.
Oh, yes.
I'm starting a collection of combination words that he's doing. Like recently, he talked about gooking. And I'm like, what is gooking? I was like, oh, it's looking and gawking combined. That was during a message. So I got him there on a few things.
I have a picture here, and I'm going to hand it to them. And just after I hand this question off to Corley again. And, yeah, you're going to take it? Okay, there you go. Send that to the camera if you can. Did it disappear? All right, send it to the camera. Do whatever you got to do. Maybe they'll show this picture. I know this is a little on the fly, but we're just kind of ad-libbing. Let's hit the last question here, because we got. What would you like to share with our audience about your marriage today, 50 years later in 2020? Let's talk to the camera.
My marriage today is better than it has ever been. The longer that you spend time with somebody, I mean, we know each other so well. It's like we're like a glove that just a hand slips in the glove and it fits perfectly, and that's kind of like what we are. We just we work together well. We do everything. I mean, we spend a lot of time together, and we don't get sick of each other.
No.
We've have in these days, not just through the virus time, but in the last couple of years, we aren't at church as much as we used to be. We do have a few days a week that we have a little more time to spend together. During this time, we've had a lot of nights because we don't have hardly any night meetings, and so that's given us a whole lot of more time to spend together. But you gotta be friends, and you gotta keep God at the center.
You got to forgive each other.
Yeah, you gotta forgive each other. You've got to laugh together. You've got to be able to get over it. If you have an issue or you get upset about something, get over it. Say you're sorry. Ask them to forgive you, and keep on going. And it will, words of forgiveness and little tender things like that will work wonders for your marriage and make it stronger. And you're going to have more. But it's been these last years. I mean, it's just been so good. And I look forward to 20 more.
Come on. Well, one thing too is we forgive each other real quick. We laugh a lot. And one of the things we do is when we're working through life and all the situations is that we trust one another. And we separated ourselves from selfishness years ago, from the fact that we do things for each other constantly. That's what we're about. We do things for each other all the time. And we try to do it. I mean, it's a deliberate. I go away, I'll buy her stuff. I buy her Christmas stuff. And usually she doesn't have to return it. And because we think alike and we want to bless each other. That's a key component for me is you got to laugh together. You got to give together. And you got to forgive each other real quick to forgive each other. Corley used to have a crazy habit. Thank God she stopped it. But when early days, see, I came out of hardcore drugs and jails and fights, and I was a bad guy. They called me Black Bart. Okay, so I was no light guy. So I get married to this flower here, this precious, beautiful, wonderful young lady, Presbyterian. Her mother was so proper from Charleston, South Carolina. The woman was just absolutely perfect. And I come in there, and the dad's a Navy captain. Everybody in the house is, yes, sir. When you walk in, I walk in, hey, dude, what's happening? Oh, Okay, there's the two kids. I hope you can still